Hey guys, Sam Leverson here with Edina Realty. Today I am joined virtually by Shane Hoffman with Edina Realty Mortgage. Thank you, Shane, for coming on. It's weird not
Of
being
course.
with you and like right next to you.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah,
This is the
so
world we're living in, right?
it really is. And I mean, we kind of got to get used to it with everything
Yep.
being now virtually everything. So,
Absolutely.
we're rolling with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of one thing I want to ask you is what are you seeing in the mortgage world as it pertains to this
Yeah.
COVID-19 stuff?
Yeah. Great question. So, I mean, obviously that is top of mind for everybody, right? So, I mean, I would say, first off, we've had a really good digital platform for a while, as far as, I've got a mobile app. I've got a website that is very capable of handling applications. We've got some verifications that get handled behind the scenes when somebody fills out an
Mhm.
application. Like us still fulfilling an application, for example, is really not changed for us, which is great. I would say, I don't want to overstate, but I would say 9 out of 10 people probably just apply through my website anyway. So a lot of people are just doing
Yeah.
that digitally the way it is. So we haven't seen a big change there. So that's been nice. But you know, the most volatility we've seen is with rates, right? And
Yeah.
it's been hard to really navigate that because we don't know. Like things are changing, almost on an hourly basis there for a little bit and for sure daily. So, I could quote somebody a rate at 10 in the morning and it might be different at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So just kind of having conversations with your client just to be like, okay, this is where they're at right now. If you want this, we need to hop on it immediately. Or,
Yeah.
if you're in the approval stage, just know that that could change between now and when you find a house.
Yeah.
So those have been a lot of conversations around that, just because rates have just been all over the board. We've seen a 1.5 difference in the span of a couple of days, and we've never seen that in my career. I've been in the business for 17 years. I've never seen that, and
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if we ever will again. So it's been really strange there. And then, but
Fingers crossed.
but on the positive side, I would say, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and now FHA, VA, and USDA. So pretty much every loan program outside of non-conforming, which just means jumbo, right?
Hmm.
All of those agencies have adapted to what's happening, and they've done it swiftly, which has been great. And so they're not forcing us, our appraisers, to go out into the houses, right? They want everybody
Yeah.
to be safe, and that's so key, of course. So and so much of their work is done behind the scenes anyway, with research and finding comps and things of that nature. So going into the house is kind of like the last step, and they're just kind of eliminating that, right? So they're allowing for exterior appraisals, or what we call kind of desktop appraisals, which just means, at some point there was some data on the house and they're just able to use that kind of going forward. So
Hmm.
there's no need for them to go in the house, which is great
Yeah.
for sellers and well, for sellers mainly, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen like a slowdown in applications since uh, we've gone into like a stay-at-home ordinance?
Yeah. So there's a two-part answer to that. I would say we've seen a huge uptick in refi
Yeah.
applications, just because people are maybe a little bit freaked out, or it's maybe not the right word to use, but are a little bit nervous, and
Hmm.
they want to maybe get into the possible loan program they can. So if somebody was at even 4.25 a year ago, they might want to look at doing a refi. If we're sitting here in the mid threes today, so there's been a lot of refi activity. But you're right. I would say purchase apps are definitely down, but I still see a lot of activity too, if that makes any sense. So like if somebody is
Yeah.
applying today because they're really serious,
Yeah.
they either have a particular property in mind or a time frame or whatever. Somebody's applying, they're not just applying for the heck of it, they're applying to get something done.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I had someone apply today that's making an offer today, for example.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the more of the activity that we're seeing. So maybe not a lot of just, hey, I want to get pre-approved type of applications. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Which also kind of makes me sad because I feel like
Yeah.
this is a fantastic time to get ahead of the ball game and like start
Yeah.
working on all of the upfront work that we need to be doing. I mean, especially if they are eligible for the Buyer Advantage program, where we can send everything
Yeah,
to underwriting. I mean, like,
right. I
get
mean,
that.
what a better time than right now to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And most people are working from home. They have access to all of these things. Why not get that to me? Let's get through underwriting. Let's get that out of the way. That way, when we do come out of this, they're fired up and ready to go. So I completely
Yeah.
agree with you. I think now would be a great time to take advantage of that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even that we have to wait to even start our search until
Right.
after we
Right.
come out of this, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
even this afternoon, I'm going down to Mankato to do some showings. But obviously there's the restrictions there with how we are going around showings and all of that fun stuff.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I just, especially like for sellers too, right now is like, if you have projects that need to be done before we list your property, like, now you have time to do them.
Mm-hmm.
I know you probably don't want to do them, but you have the time now, which you didn't
Right.
before. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think it really comes down to a lot of just getting ahead of the game right now, because we've been
Mm-hmm.
given such a gift of time. So why not
Right.
use it to your best interest? And
Right.
I mean, real estate's driven by life changes, and life changes don't
Mm-hmm.
just stop for a virus. So
Yeah. No,
I think
you're
we're,
absolutely right. Well, I mean, think of our sales meeting even this morning that we had, via Zoom earlier
yeah,
today. I mean, you heard about all of these listings that still are going into multiple offers. There's still so much activity out there. So, I mean, that told me right away that there's still plenty of buyers out there. So, I mean, if
yeah,
somebody's on the fence about putting their house on the market because of the time, I mean, to me, I would say there's still plenty of active buyers, so.
yeah. And I would also like to think a plus side on the listing side is, these are, like you said, qualified and more serious buyers who are actually continuing
Mhm.
to look during this time, because they probably have a big need to be out there searching for a house because theirs already sold, or they have to be
Right.
out of their apartment by a certain day. So yeah, I think it's just a good thing to be looking at the real estate market, because we're constantly talking about the stock market and how that's not performing well. um, but real estate is still going relatively strong, all things
Mm-hmm.
considered. So yeah.
Yep.
And another awesome program, Shane, why don't you talk about the meter beat program?
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a double check promotion basically, which is similar to kind of like getting wanting to get a second opinion for somebody that's already been pre-approved. I think that's what's changed a lot over the years with real estate, is people are kind of told, hey, go get pre-approved first before they even see you, Sam. So
Yeah,
we're seeing that more and more, and we just kind of want a shot at that business because we do feel we're going to win.
yeah,
Not to be cocky, but we just want that opportunity. So we came out with this promotion that is basically like if we can get you to apply with us and you show us your good faith estimate, loan worksheet, whatever you want to call it, just that breaks down your fees, your interest rate, things like that you're getting from that other lender. We do have to see it the same business day just because it's so volatile out there. But once we see that, if we can't at least meet or beat that offer, we're going to give you $1,000 gift card.
yeah,
And that's by far the biggest promotion we've ever ran. And it just kind of
yeah,
tells me how confident we are in our rates and fees and everything. So it's been pretty awesome. So yeah, that's what we've got
yeah.
going right now. So thank you
I
for
love
allowing
it.
me to that.
Absolutely, absolutely, I love it. Thank you so much for hopping on with me. We'll probably do a few more of these just as things evolve, because
Might
everything's
as
day to
well.
day. So yeah,
Yep.
thank you very much.
Absolutely.